In a lecture given at the Air Brazilian Chamber, Ana Carla Fonseca Reis, a specialist in creative cities, presented national and international projects that promote the improvement of the quality of life.
Então, uma cidade criativa é uma cidade que se reinventa.
A creative city is a city that is constantly reinventing itself. This is very interesting because when we analyze the history of the cities, we see that there are various cities that have reached a climax and were later forgotten. Some even cease to exist, and others are just now emerging and end up taking center stage in the world due to their creativity. London, Barcelona, New York, and many others, and even smaller cities which manage to take the spotlight in a different way. But in order to provide a bit of context and compare some of the common characteristics of a city that believes it is creative, we can see through various international design studies and projects that a creative city has at least 3 strong characteristics. The first is innovation. And innovation is not understood as merely the strong presence of science and technology, which is very important to a big city, but not to a small city. It can also be the ability to provide a new outlook on something, to make unlikely connection, and be able to reinvent things that seem like problems, transforming them into solutions, such as the reuse of waste. Here at the Arab Brazilian Chamber, we have discussed how to make coconut fibers into car seats, tires into asphalt, plastic bottles into construction materials, so you can see how a problem can end up being a solution. But innovations can also be social innovations, group efforts, being able to rescue the history of the city, create a vision for what is new, how you can transform the city with your innovations and create a space that is always very pleasant, attractive and surprising. So in addition to innovations, we always have the connection in creative cities, connections between ideas, between public and private, the participation of the citizen in this governance that is established in a city that values this collective intelligence. A connection between the city and the rest of the world, which is certainly made easier by digital media. The work you do here at the Arab Brazilian Chamber is also important to give visibility to what is developed in different corners of the world, of the 22 Arab countries and what goes on here in Brazil. Creating these sources, these dialogues, and how we can connect the city to its own history, because if you don't create bonds with the city, you won't respect it. After all, if you don't respect it, a public space becomes a no man's land. It is no longer a space for everyone. People stop going out because it is dangerous. So how do you transform this into a positive spiral and not a negative one? A creative city is one that is connected, a city that values these spaces for connection. And lastly, along with innovation and connection, a creative city is one that values its culture. Culture goes from the most basic and essential characteristics of a city, the identity of the city, to economic characteristics, such as gastronomy, theater, music, art, and especially the formation of this environment that encourages creativity in a city. That city where you want to be, where you want your kids to grow up, where you feel inspired to always be creating new things.
Se sente inspirado para estar sempre criando coisas novas.